Good evening, everyone. If you'll all please rise, we'll be led in prayer by Alderwoman Stacy Gould.
Almighty God, we ask for your blessing upon the members of this council as we assemble here in this chamber to conduct the ongoing business of our city. With your guidance, we will strive to ensure that all our decisions are for the common good, and your inspiration will instill respect, compassion, and thoughtfulness in all our deliberations. Give us the strength and wisdom to lead by example as the people's representatives, and that peace and harmony will mark all our proceedings and keep us faithful to the trust placed in us by the citizens of your community. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Alderman Singh, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Proclamations number 1, VFW EMT Year of the Award.
We're going to also be joined by our state senator, Kathy Austin. That's okay. We can do that. Several weeks ago, an event took place at Post 594, and something that had never happened before, according to our veterans there at Post 594. 3 people were selected here in the city of Norwich, representing the state, for outstanding services in their field. Officer Smith and the police, Dispatcher Danny O'Brien, and the recipient tonight that we'd like to recognize is our firefighter, Zach Topping in EMT services. Yeah. If he would please join us here. No, I saw him.
Well, why don't we stand after
It should be noted that, according to our veterans, no single city has ever been selected in all 3 categories. This is really an outstanding opportunity to say thank you to people who do a lot for our community, including this young man. And so tonight, we'd like to present a proclamation to him. We have flowers as well. A nice vase. And then our senator is going to present something from the state. This is an official proclamation from the city of Norwich, whereas each year the Veterans of Foreign War selects emergency service persons, law enforcement officers, EMTs, and firefighters to receive VFW National Awards recognition by their colleagues or those they serve. They demonstrate consistent excellence in the performance of their duties, consistent dedication to their official responsibilities over a period of years, and continuous growth in responsibilities and skills within their profession. Whereas Zach Topping's exemplary dedication to duty, outstanding leadership, and community engagement make him a deserving candidate to be awarded this prestigious award. Whereas throughout his career, Zach Toppings has demonstrated unwavering courage and professionalism, and his leadership in all EMT and fire calls, is a member of PubEd, Recruitment and Public Education to encourage others to join, and is the lead instructor for Rope Bailout. Whereas Zach Topping's attitude, dedication, and observational skills are commendable. He is an asset to the department, its officers, and all the citizens of Norwich. Whereas Zach Topping is married and is the author, Wake of War in Rogue Sequence, and served 4.5 years in the U.S. Army with 2 tours in Iraq. Whereas Zach Topping's leadership and willingness to offer support without hesitation are commendable, and the Rose City thanks him for his service. Now therefore, I, Mayor Peter Albert Nystrom, and Norwich City Council President Pro Tem Joseph A. DeLucia, on behalf of the Norwich City Council and the citizens of the city of Norwich to hereby congratulate Zach Topping as he's bestowed the honor of VFW National EMT Public Servant Citation, dated this 19th day of May 2025. Congratulations to you, sir.
How are you? Yeah. So you served 4 years in the Army. What years?
2002 to 2007.
Okay, I served 4 years in the Army, but 1974 to 1978. So a lot of years ago. So this is a General Assembly official citation. It was introduced by myself, Representative Kevin Ryan, Representative Darrell Wilson, and Representative Doug Dubitzky. Be it hereby known to all that the Connecticut General Assembly hereby offers its sincerest congratulations to Zach Topping in recognition of your receiving the VFW National Emergency Medical Technician Award. Your hard work and dedication to keeping your community safe serves as an inspiration to all of us. We join with your friends and family to congratulate you on this well-deserved honor. The entire membership extends its very best wishes on this memorable occasion and expresses the hope for continued success. Given this 19th day of May, 2025, at the state capitol in Hartford, Connecticut, signed by the President of the Senate, Martin Looney, Speaker of the House, Matt Ritter, and Secretary of State, Stephanie Thomas. Congratulations, well-deserved. You want a picture? Here, you can put all your stuff in there.
Everybody blink at the same time. Great. Fantastic. Come here. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Same thing. All right, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Thank you.
Thank you.
How are you?
Some things we've got to adjust. We don't have Seven. That's the scheduling the public hearing. Gotta pull it. Yeah.
Okay.
We've got to make some adjustments.
Citizen comment, General.
Thank you, Senator.
Comment, General, 30 minutes.
Thank you. At this time, I declare citizen comment general to be open. And a simple reminder, anyone speaking to the council about any topic you'd like, unless it's on the agenda. If it's already on the agenda, we reserve comment during the agenda process, like the public hearing, for example, on the ordinance, because that is, in fact, part of the public record to preserve, considering we're looking at adopting an ordinance. So, again, anyone wishing to speak at this time, no one actually signed up, but the floor is open to anyone here in the room. Name and address, please, 3 minutes each. Anyone wishing to speak on any open topic? Yes, sir, please.
My name is Michael Turner. I live on Mill Road, Norwich. I'm trying to find out, I've been making calls, when are you going to pave Asylum Street? It's one of the worst streets in Norwich now, after they put that gas main in there, or water main in there. That's all we're trying to find out, everybody from that area. Because all the city trucks and everybody else uses that to go to the hospital and the clinics, so that's why I was wondering, when is that gonna be done? Is it gonna be done in the near future or a year or two from now? Because it's tearing up cars left and right. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that, sir. Yes, Alderman, President Pro Tem, please.
That's that, when that gas main work is done, they intend to pave the whole street curb to curb.
That's my understanding. The Pro Tem reminded me that once all the gas main improvements are complete, the intent is to pave the entire road. Thank you for being here. Again, anyone like to speak on items before the city this time? Please.
Good evening. This is about any topic, right?
Unless it's on the agenda already. Yeah, we keep them separate, please.
So, against my desire, against my wishes, I will surrender my name and my address. Again, it's not my preference. Pietro Rocchi Camardella, 79 Lambert Drive, Norwich, Connecticut. On August 19th, I came before you, and you, Mr. Mayor, called the police officer to remove me from this podium because I did not want to give my name and my address. That was August 19th. On December 2nd, all of you nice people put your brains together, and you all voted to amend your rules, which on August 19th was not mentioned. Your rules were amended so that you must give your name and address to be able to speak. You all voted for it. On April 16th, this is notarized. This is not my document, it's your document. On April 16th, 17 residents and taxpayers came here to blast you all for the course of a city that continued to denigrate. A lovely African-American lady came here who works for the city, and she told you, I'm not going to give you my name and my address. Nobody said nothing. Nobody, Mr. Mayor. You didn't call the police officer, look how handsome he is, or they are. You didn't call him. When Rocky, which wasn't on your rules, didn't want to give it, oh, he must be removed. Mr. Singh, you're running for mayor? You're going to be like that? Because you're doing great. Miss Gold, you announced you're running for mayor? You're going to continue this charade? On the 16th, the lady, and I agree with her, by the way. I agree with the African-American lady that works for the city. She didn't give you, and guess what it says in the report? It's so important, the report. Name not given. I have exposed you for being a bully and a tyrant alongside all of you. Because you cannot make a rule for Rocky and another rule that doesn't do the same thing. How dare you? Who are you? What gave you the right? I still believe the lady was right. She should not be able to give. She doesn't have to. Now, some people may agree. Hey, if some people want to give you the name and address, by all means, that's fine. But we should retain that privilege.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else like to address the council on other items, please? Anyone like to address the council on other items, please? Anyone like to address the council on other items, please? Seeing no one else, I declare this closed, and thank you.
Petitions and communications, number 1, referral letter from CCP on ordinance amending the zoning map property formerly known as 253 Lawler Lane from R80 to Planned Development District, PDD. Do you want the letter read?
We're going to do it during the hearing. Thank you. Yeah, a motion, please, so that this could be received. Alderwoman Gould, second by Alderwoman Hayes. Is there discussion? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Nash?
Yes.
Hayes?
Yes.
Alderwoman Gould? Yes. Alderman Singh?
Yes.
DeLucia?
Yes.
Mayor Nystrom?
Yes. Thank you. Resolution adopted 6-0.
Number 2, memo on projected 24-25 general fund CCD and TCD budget to actual results.
Pleased to bring this forward. Alderwoman Gould, second Alderwoman Hayes. Is there discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Alderman Nash?
Yes.
Alderwoman Hayes?
Yes.
Alderwoman Gould?
Yes.
Alderman Singh?
Yes.
President Pro Tem DeLucia?
Yes.
Mayor Nystrom?
Yes. Thank you. That matter is adopted. The vote is 6-0.
Number 3, resignation from harbor management.
A motion, please, to receive. Alderwoman Hayes, second Alderwoman Gould. Is there discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Alderman Nash?
Yes.
Alderwoman Hayes?
Yes.
Alderwoman Gould?
Yes.
Alderman Singh?
Yes.
President Pro Tem DeLucia?
Yes.
Mayor Nystrom?
Yes. Thank you. The resolution is adopted 6-0.
Public hearing number 1, ordinance amending the zoning map property at formerly known as 253 Lawler Lane from R80 to Planned Development District, PDD.
Thank you. At this time, I declare the public hearing to be open. And as in keeping with our rules and such, the matter that we already received, which was the statement from the Commission on the City Plan, will now be read into the public record to begin this public hearing. Madam City Clerk.
May 7th, 2025, the Honorable Mayor and all the persons of the Council of the City of Norwich, ordinance amending the zoning map property at formerly known as 253 Lawler Lane from R80 to Planned Development District, PDD. At the May 6, 2025 hybrid special meeting, the Commission on the City Plan reviewed and discussed the above reference referral. Seated were Frank Manfredi, Dean Nason, Jason Corder, and Nicholas Fortson. After careful consideration, Nicholas Fortson made a motion to forward a favorable recommendation to the City Council as the zoning amendment is consistent with Goal 3 of the Grow Norwich theme of the POCD, promoting economic development and expanding the city's tax base relative to Business Park North. The motion was seconded by Jason Corder. In favor, Frank Manfredi, Dean Nason, Jason Corder, Nicholas Fortson. Against, none. Abstain, none. Chairman Frank Manfredi.
Thank you. Thank you very much. The first person speaking tonight is Mr. Kevin Brown from NCDC, who is the applicant. Please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good evening, everyone. Kevin Brown, Norwich Community Development Corporation, 66 Franklin. First, as a matter of form, I just want to indicate that we've met all the steps required for the submission of this application, having turned it into the city clerk, posted a sign on April 25th noticing this public hearing, and sent notices to all the abutters that were within 150 feet of the property to be rezoned. In fact, we actually sent notice to abutters within 500 feet, acknowledging the size and scope of the area that's out there. To walk you in on this request, I just want to highlight or remind for all of you that Ockham Industrial Center includes 2 zoned areas. One is general commercial, the other is planned development district. The planned development district portion is on the subdivision map that's before you and constitutes 282 acres that are zoned PDD. The parcel in question is 6 acres or 2% of that overall Ockham Industrial Center PDD district, and so the rezoning is intended to make it consistent with the rest of the development. Inside of Lot 8, on the second diagram that you have, one particular lot, you can see that this particular parcel zoned R80 constitutes 6 acres out of 38 acres of the Lot 8. And so the idea here is that we need integrity in zoning to be able to properly market this parcel. It will be difficult to make a sale to a potential developer when it's zoned two different ways inconsistently, and it would certainly be difficult for that purchaser to develop with two different zoning regulations overlaid inside of one lot. So that's the long and the short of this. It's really just a housekeeping matter, again, to make all of the zoning in Ockham Industrial Center consistent and is in line with every other action that this council has undertaken, or I should say this authority has undertaken, to ensure that we are making the highest and best use of the available land to generate grand list growth, tax revenue, and jobs for the city of Norwich and for the citizens of Norwich. Subject to any of your questions, that's our presentation.
Thank you very much. Does anyone else wish to address the council on the proposed ordinance that is before us at this time? Please, sir.
Yeah, sorry, I thought I had signed up on all the sheets. Sorry about that. Okay, I just have a couple questions, and I should be very clear, I'm one of the abutters, and I actually got this lovely letter in the mail. Okay, so, sorry, I apologize, sir. Frederick Browning, 671 Scotland Road. Is
Thank
that
you, sir.
sufficient?
Yep, thank you.
Just wanted to make sure. So I did have a couple questions for you folks, and I want you to think about whether in your mind you're able to explain out the differentiation to me. And the reason why that's important is because you folks, I would assume you folks are voting on this tonight? Okay, so if you can't explain back the differentiation to me, maybe you should consider whether you're ready to vote on this. I have looked through the information posted on the websites. I have turned them over. I will admit that, I'm pretty busy with my gig as a high school teacher and coach and all that other stuff, but I wasn't really able to determine some of the differences. So I just want to ask you folks if you can determine them. So first of all, this formerly was zoned as RT80, correct? What are the limitations on businesses or types of industrial activity you can have on a lot of RT80? Okay, if you guys cannot tell me off the top of your head, I'm just letting that hang there. Okay, should you be voting on this? The second question is, is merely, okay, this is a planned development district. What is being changed in terms of the plan? How is this changing? So I know for a fact, and I've looked over the maps before, there are certain limitations and structures in terms of our T80, in terms of the activities you can have. Okay, so what changed? And I'd dearly like to know that, because before you guys can have an effective vote, you should have that clear in your mind as well. And that's pretty much it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Again, anyone else wish to address on this ordinance at this time? Tucker Braddock? Oh, yeah.
Thank you. My name is Tucker Braddock. I live at 868 Scotland Road, Norwich. I have for 57 years. I'd like to thank the council very much for their consideration of this $600,000 bond. And
I'm sorry, Tucker, you're speaking to resolutions later on the agenda. We're currently on the public hearing for the proposed ordinance.
okay, I'm sorry. So
No, it's okay. We'll call you back.
I'll speak later then.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have the same story.
Okay. Again, anyone else like to address the council on the ordinance that is before us at this time? Anyone else want to address the council on the ordinance that is before us at this time? Anyone else like to address the council with the ordinance that is before us at this time? Seeing no one else, then I declare the public hearing closed. Thank you.
reading and action on the above ordinance previously presented. An ordinance amending the zoning map property at formerly known as 253 Lawler Lane from R80 to Plan Development District PDD.
Thank you. A motion, please, to bring it to the floor. Alderwoman Gould, second Alderwoman Hayes. Discussions, questions, members at this time? President Pro Tem.
I'd like to ask the Director of Planning and Neighborhood Services to come to the podium, please.
Deanna Rhodes, City of Norwich, employee, 23 Union, Planning and Development Department.
Good evening, Deanna. Thank you for being here tonight. To the question that was asked, do we have the history of why this one piece was zoned R80 while the rest was zoned PDD?
I think that it might have been, I didn't do the research on it, it's not a city application, it's NCDC's application. It possibly was part of another lot at one time, years ago, and was encompassed in there, maybe when it was the Byron Brooks subdivision development, that maybe they purchased part of it. There's a lot of parcels in the city of Norwich that are multi-zoned, that this zone splits right through them, and this happens to be one of those parcels that has a portion of it, I think it was stated on the record 6 acres or so, that still are R80, but the majority of the site and that portion of it is PDD.
And I can add to that a little bit, having lived up there and doing a little bit of research. The property that is across the street from Lawler Lane, but on the other side of the highway, is all zoned R80, and it abuts the Fairview Reservoir, and that was part of the Pizarro farm that predates even the highway being built. And the highway actually divided the Pizarro farm into multiple pieces, and so I think that connects to what you just said, where it was one big property, and then over the years, since the highway was built in the late 50s, right? Pieces got kind of cut off, and because they weren't developed, nobody really thought twice about how they were zoned. But I think it's not that we didn't ask the questions to the gentleman's comments. It's not that the members of the council didn't ask the questions or didn't have knowledge. It's just sometimes that there just isn't an answer. It's not written down why that one piece got left over. But in terms of the OIC and their application, now this essentially resets the property in total, and corrects what really amounts to me anyway, as an oversight that has existed for probably as long as I've been alive.
Absolutely. And what we're doing right now, working on the new zoning regulations, is we're going to be looking at the map for any parcels that do have split zoning and try to correct those with that next map and zoning map and text amendments to present to you, so that wherever that happens, that we can figure out what it should be and then correct it now.
That's all I have. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Are there other questions? Yes, Alderman Singh.
Thank you very much. Actually, I don't know if Deanna can answer that as well, if you don't mind. Sorry. I just want to make sure what I'm saying, you're double checking it. So R80 is technically residential.
It is, and actually I had my phone with me.
More than 2 acres, right?
Yes.
R40 is 1 acre.
Yes, give me 1 second.
Yeah. And then general commercial, my understanding is anything which is commercial, like retail, office.
So
And PDD is more,
So-
it gives more flexibility on what can be done.
Sort of. So the PDD and the GC zones are commercial zones. They're just different uses. Some of them are the same uses and they overlap into both of them, and some of them are specifically different. And there's use tables in our regulations that specifically define those differences. The R80 zone is a residential zone, but there is some commercial type uses, I would say, that are in the R80 zone. So there's things like hospitals can go there and government buildings and things. So it isn't exclusively in an R80 zone or a residential zone that you can't have industry. It's just usually different. It's, like I said, more services like hospital. But there is a few by special permit. A commercial kennel could be there, and there is one in a residential zone there. Like I said, government facilities, there's some philanthropic, educational, recreation, religious, churches can be there, private educational and public educational facilities can be in the R80. So there is other uses besides residential that happen in R80 zones. If
Thank
that
you very
answers your
much.
question.
Any other questions members might have at this time? Seeing none, then we'll call the roll.
Alderman Nash? Yes. Alderwoman Hayes? Alderwoman Gould?
Yes.
Alderman Singh?
Yes.
President Pro Tem DeLucia?
Yes?
Mayor Nystrom?
Yes. Thank you. The ordinance is adopted. The vote is 6-0.
City Manager's report.
Thank you. This is the city manager's report for May 19th, 2025. The meetings and professional engagements. Over the past period, I have participated in several key meetings and engagements, ongoing negotiations with the 9/11 emergency dispatch personnel, weekly meetings with the Norwich Community Development Corporation, stakeholder discussions for the Community Investment Fund, Connecticut Conference of Municipalities Legislative Committee, Southeastern Council of Governments Executive Committee. Additionally, I attended the annual RISC Trustees Conference, which brought together pool executives and governing board members from across the country. The conference featured workshops, expert-led programs, and networking sessions focusing on fiduciary responsibilities and strategic challenges impacting pooling organizations. It remains a valuable platform for collaboration and knowledge sharing in a non-competitive environment. Assessor's Office update. Between February 1st and May 15th, the elderly/disabled homeowners tax relief program, commonly known as the Circuit Breaker Program, processed a total of 256 applications, 145 returning applicants, and 111 new applicants. Eligibility requirements are age 65 or older by December 31st, 2024, or Social Security certified total disability and property ownership as of October 1st, 2024. The program is income-based with 2024 thresholds set as $45,200 for a single individual, $55,100 for married couples. Enrollment provides relief for a 2-year term, and reminder notices are issued prior to reapplication deadlines. Applications are currently being processed. Public Works update. The Norwich Household Hazardous Waste Day is Saturday, June 14th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Public Works facility at 50 Clinton Avenue. Residents are encouraged to safely dispose of hazardous materials during this event. Human Services and Youth Programming. The 13th Annual Suicide Prevention Walk saw strong community participation and served as a source of support and healing for those affected by suicide. During National Prevention Week, the Norwich Prevention Council reached over 100 students and hosted substance use prevention training sessions for parents at local schools. Flood mitigation and community resilience. The Resilient Yantic River Community Conversation Open House will be held on May 21st, 2025 at Otis Library, starting at 5 p.m. This event will address flood risks, mitigation strategies, and infrastructure challenges near the Upper Falls Dam. All residents of Norwich, Basra, and Franklin affected by flood impacts are urged to attend and contribute to this ongoing dialogue. Elementary school construction updates. As part of the Good Neighbor policy, Downs Construction Company aims to keep nearby residents fully informed and engaged throughout the upcoming school construction projects. The meetings will be held as follows. Stanton School construction will be held Thursday, May 22nd at Stanton School. Greenville Elementary School construction will be held May 28th, 6:30 p.m. at Kelly Middle School. These events have also been posted on the city's Facebook page. And finally, Memorial Day observances. Annual Memorial Day Parade will be held on May 26th at noon from St. Patrick's Cathedral to the monument area of Chelsea Parade. The Memorial Day ceremony will start at 1 p.m. on Chelsea Parade. All invited to attend and honor those who have served. And that completes my report for tonight.
Thank you, John. Other questions of the city manager at this time? Alderman Nash.
John, I want to thank you for the chief's summary meeting, and I'll reach out to you this week to try to get a meeting with you so we can go over some of the things. Is that okay? Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Other questions, concerns? Seeing none. Again, thank you, John.
Business Resolution Number 1, relative to upon receipt of a purchase and sales agreement from a prospective purchaser containing the proposed sales price recommended for the purchase of Dodd Stadium, the city manager shall be authorized and directed to notify the council.
Thank you. It is the intent to withdraw this resolution at this time without objection.
Without objection.
Objection.
Being no objection, matter is withdrawn.
Citizen comment general on resolutions from agenda items only.
Thank you. At this time, I declare citizen comment on the resolutions on our agenda to be open at this time. Anyone wishing to speak any of the resolutions, there are 8 this evening. Please approach the microphone. You'll be acknowledged. Name and address, please. You'll have 3 minutes. Anyone wishing to address the council at this time on the resolutions? Please.
Council, I'm still H. Tucker Braddock, and I still live at 868 Scotland Road, Norwich, Connecticut. I'd like to thank you all for the consideration that you are all making for the harbor and the improvements of the harbor, and particularly the Howard Brown Park area, where we have just received an award from the Port Authority for $600,000, and that's an 80% match as well as a 20% match on our city's behalf. And also there are 2 and 3 of the Heritage Walk, the Overlook, where we have applied for $240,000, of which our commitment is $48,000. The Port Authority and its new director, Michael Connor, came up, and I showed him around the harbor, the asset that we have, and he seemed to be very enthusiastic about what we can do, and I said what we should do. And those 2, I hope, will meet. The harbor and what we have done with the harbor as far as the docks, we have received $1 million 2 years ago, and just shy of $1 million this year for the docks and the Heritage Walk. And I would like to encourage the council to, whenever this opportunity does come up again, to consider it and vote in the positive of that. And so, thank you very much, and I hope that we continue with this project. The Senator Austin was very helpful. The council was very helpful. City manager was very helpful. The SLR, I believe it's SLR, which is part of the waterfront program to improve the harbor and the waterfront area, And it's good that we have developing this friendship and these working condition with this group. And we hope that that you will as well. And thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And thank you for your dedication and years of service with the Harbor Commission. Much appreciated. And anyone else like to address the council on any of the resolutions at this time? Anyone else like to address the council on any of the resolutions at this time? Anyone else like to address the council on the resolutions at this time? Seeing no one else, I declare that closed. Thank you.
Resolution number 1, relative to a replacement council appointment to Harbor Management.
Thank you. Motion to bring this to the floor, please. Alderman Hayes, second. Alderman Gould, is there discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Alderman Nash?
Yes.
Alderwoman Hayes?
Yes.
Alderwoman Gould?
Yes.
Alderman Singh?
Yes.
President Pro Tem DeLucia?
Yes?
Mayor Nystrom?
Yes. Thank you. The resolution is adopted 6-0.
Number 2, relative to the acceptance of 2025 Connecticut Port Authority Small Harbor Improvement Project Program Grant for the replacement of floating docks at Howard T. Brown Park.
Thank you. A motion to bring to the floor. Alderman Singh, second. Alderwoman Gould. Is there discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Yes.
Alderwoman Hayes? Alderwoman Gould?
Yes.
Alderman Singh?
Yes.
President Pro Tem DeLucia?
Yes?
Mayor Nystrom?
Yes. Thank you. Resolution 2 is adopted 6-0.
Number 3, relative to the acceptance of a 2025 Connecticut Port Authority Small Harbor Improvement Project Program Grant for the Heritage Riverfront Park and Walkway.
A motion, please, to bring to the floor. Alderman Singh, second. Alderwoman Gould. Is there discussion? Alderwoman Gould.
All right, since I didn't get a chance at the first one. So the person really that we have to thank here is Tucker Braddock, H. Tucker Braddock, who lives at 868 Scotland Road. He has been the chairman of the Harbor Management Commission for a very long time. He has worked diligently. He's worked with our advisor, Jeff Stedman, and he never gave up in going after these grants. So we really should recognize the work of Tucker for these awards. It was all your doing.
Thank you. Very appropriate. Further discussion? President Pro Tem.
I would just like to point out for anyone that hasn't done the math, these two grants require a match, but we're getting both of these much-needed projects on our waterfront done essentially for 25 cents, actually less than 25 cents on the dollar. So that is also a testament to the hard work of the Harbor Commission and the staff of the city of Norwich, and a number of people were involved in this at various levels to get this done so that the city is not paying the entire bill for this project.
Thank you, sir. Is there further discussion? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Alderman Nash?
Yes.
Alderwoman Hayes? Yes. Alderwoman Gould?
Yes.
Alderman Singh?
Yes.
President Pro Tem DeLucia?
Yes.
Mayor Nystrom?
Yes. Thank you. The resolution is adopted 6-0.
Number 4, relative to authorizing the city manager to enter into real estate listing agreement for 57 Roth Street.
Motion, please, to the floor. Alderwoman Hayes, second. Alderman Singh. Is there discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Alderman Nash?
Yes.
Alderwoman Hayes?
Yes.
Alderwoman Gould?
Yes.
Alderman Singh?
Yes.
President Pro Tem DeLucia?
Yes?
Mayor Nystrom?
Yes. Thank you. Resolution 4 is adopted 6-0.
Number 5, relative to authorizing the city manager to enter into a real estate listing agreement for 149 Broadway.
A motion, please, to the floor. Alderwoman Gould, second. Alderwoman Hayes. Is there discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Alderman Nash?
Yes.
Alderwoman Hayes? Yes. Alderwoman Gould?
Yes.
Alderman Singh?
Yes.
President Pro Tem DeLucia?
Yes.
Mayor Nystrom?
Yes. Thank you. Resolution 5 is adopted 6-0.
Number 6, relative to authorizing the city manager to enter into a real estate listing agreement for 230 Ferguson Avenue.
Motion, please, to the floor. Alderwoman Gould, second Alderwoman Hayes. Is there discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Alderman Nash?
Yes.
Alderwoman Hayes?
Yes.
Alderwoman Gould?
Yes.
Alderman Singh?
Yes.
President Pro Tem DeLucia?
Yes.
Mayor Nystrom?
Thank you. Yes, the resolution is adopted. The vote is 6-0.
Number 7, relative to scheduling the public hearing to be held June 2nd on the subject of Community Development Block Grant 2425.
Thank you. At this time, I'm going to request that the council permit that this resolution be withdrawn. It's come to the attention of the administration that some adjustments need to be made before it comes forward to us, and we schedule it for public hearing. Is there objection at this time?
No objection.
Seeing none, consider the matter withdrawn. Thank you.
Number 8, relative to approve the recommendations made by the Sachem Fund Board payouts.
Thank you. Motion bring to the floor. Alderwoman Hayes, second Alderwoman Gould. Is there discussion? For discussion purposes, for the edification of the listeners and/or people here tonight, this Sachem Fund came into existence a number of years ago. I believe Mayor Ben Lathrop was in office. With the action taken tonight, all funds from the Sachem Fund will have been allotted and expended. And this resolution is in fact funding a request from the Norwich Police Department, also the Norwich Planning and Neighborhood Services, the Norwich Events Organization, as well as our Greenville Neighborhood Revitalization Zone. And the sums are listed in the resolution. For the record, the Police Department is $8,900. The Neighborhood Services is $6,100. The Norwich Events Organization is a sum of $28,000. And the Greenville Neighborhood Revitalization Zone is $14,228.44, including some interest. We believe at the end of the payout, it'll be about $14,500, and that is what is before us. Is there any discussion needed? President Pro Tem.
I would just like to point out to the public who come before us and ask the question, how do we make some of the events in the city happen? And this is one of the ways that happens. These are, if you read through the resolution, I won't take our timing and go through them line by line, but if you read through the things that are in this resolution, right, these are all things that benefit the community, and they're being implemented and funded without directly using tax dollars. This is how we are smart with your money, even though sometimes you don't feel like we are. It's through organizations like the Sachem Fund, and it's through activities like this. It's the small things that make Norwich what it is, and I'm happy to support this.
Thank you. Is there further discussion? Alderman Nash.
I also like to make sure we don't forget to thank our neighbors, the Mohegan Tribe. They were part of the partnership in this originally and contributed quite a bit of money towards the Sachem Fund. In the early days, I was fortunate to be the chairman in those early days with Mayor Lathrop. And yeah, we did provide a considerable amount of money to events and agencies within the city that helped fund them. So I didn't want to forget the Mohegan Tribe for their contribution.
Thank you, sir. I was going to do that, but I appreciate you took the time. Alderman Singh.
Thank you very much. Just a quick question. For our fireworks, what's usually the budget, and Chief might know on top of head or might not, for the PD for our fireworks? If you remember how much?
Pat Daly, the Chief of Police, is here tonight. We'll rely on his memories.
Thank you, Chief.
You're welcome. Pat Daly, Police Chief, 142 Newton Street. There is no need to rely on our memories. We actually priced this event up and got the price to the Events Council. Last year, we were a little over 15,000 for police coverage. This year, we've told we're going to be under 15,000. We're trying to do our part to save some funds. So we've shaved a few things off and shouldn't have any effect on public safety, but we've told them we will be under 15,000.
Okay, thank you very much. Because I wanted to make sure they're getting $28,000, which will be spent on just the fireworks. So at least they have another 50% that they can use for marketing, entertainment, and other things. Because 50% will be going towards just to cover the PD cost. Thank you.
Thank you. It also should be noted that this year's fireworks display will be launched from the land. It will not be on a barge. The administration has worked with NEO and their volunteers and my office as well to locate a site suitable for that display to still take place, but with a savings of about $17,000, which is what the barge rental would have been for one-day event. So everyone is working to reduce these costs and yet still provide a very nice event for the people here. We should also note that other police departments always help us and come to our community to assist us in keeping people safe as well as we do for them in other events. If there's not further, yes, Alderwoman Hayes.
I just would like to make a clarification that Alderman Singh mentioned. This was a complete application from NEO. It was not just for fireworks. So they do other events, and this was the funds that the committee felt was in line and to appropriate to NEO, as well as to the other organizations that are being recommended for funding. So each applicant submitted a complete application, and most of them, with the exception of one, was for multiple events or multiple type of activities.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is there further discussion? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Alderman Nash.
Yes.
Alderwoman Hayes.
Yes.
Alderwoman Gould. Alderman Singh.
Yes.
President Pro Tem DeLucia.
Yes.
Mayor Nystrom.
Yes, thank you. The resolution is adopted 6-0. And just before call is issued, I'd like the record to know that Alderman Betancourt is home due to illness, and I'd like the record to reflect that, please.
I hereby move pursuant to Connecticut General Statutes, Section 1-200, subsection 6, that the members of the Norwich City Council go into executive session for the purpose of discussing strategies and negotiations with respect to collective bargaining. The following shall be asked to participate during all or portions of this executive session at the request of the City Council. City Manager John Salamone, Director of Human Resources Robert Scalise, and Corporation Counsel Michael Driscoll. I further move pursuant to Connecticut General Statute, Section 1-200, subsection 6, that the members of the City Council continue in executive session to discuss pending claims. City Manager John Salamone, Corporation Counsel Michael Driscoll, Human Resources Director Robert Scalise shall be asked to participate during all or portions of this executive session at the request of the City Council.
Thank you. Second.
Seconded.
Seconded by President Pro Tem. Roll call, please.
Mr. Mayor, can I have a little discussion or no?
Not during the pendency of a vote for executive session.
My only concern, is I didn't see it in here. Do we have to add it under suspension of rules or no? We don't have to?
Council has the authority to call an executive session,
Okay.
whether it's listed or not. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Very much.
Okay, thank you. Roll call, please.
Alderman Nash.
Yes.
Alderwoman Hayes.
Yes.
Alderwoman Gould.
Yes.
Alderman Singh.
Yes.
President Pro Tem DeLucia.
Yes.
Mayor Nystrom.
Yes. Thank you. Motion passes 6-0. Room 319, please. Council, please come back to order. Let the record show no votes were taken during the executive session. May I have a motion to please return to the meeting. Alderwoman Gould, second. Alderman Nash. Roll call.
Yes.
Yes.
Alderwoman Gould. Alderman Singh.
Yes.
Alderman Pro Tem DeLucia.
Yes.
Yes, motion to return passes 6-0. Motion to adjourn? Motion made to adjourn by Alderwoman Gould, second by Alderman Nash. Roll call.
Yes.
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 Yes. Thank you. The motion to adjourn is adopted 6-0. Good night.